Hello, I'm Eleanor Smithberger. Hi, I'm Misha Milkweed. Thank you for coming today. So, Misha, I have a few questions for you about your book, specifically the night when Janina was thrown from the train. Okay. So, as Janina became more agitated and you heard more gunshots, you told her that her father was all right. Did you really believe it, or did you just want to comfort her? Honestly, at the time I did believe he was all right. It wasn't until we'd made it back into the ghetto and started up the steps of the house that I knew something was wrong. The house was empty and all the furniture was turned over. Janina figured it out before I did, and she took off towards Talkie Station. But we were too late. I was too late. So, after Janina had been thrown into the train, a jackboot pinned you down. Were you surprised that it was Yuri and that he shot you? Of course. I had only seen Yuri in the ghetto or working in the Blue Camel Hotel, so I was really surprised to see him in a jackboot uniform. When I noticed it was him, I yelled his name, and I think he had just enough time to tilt the gun and shoot my ear instead of my head. So I'm really not surprised that he shot me when he was probably ready to shoot anyone. After you woke in the morning, you saw Janina's shoe. What did her shoe mean to you? Why did you keep it? At that point, I just remembered when I saw my face in it, and it made me feel happy. So I picked it up and carried it, as a promise to get to her. I would follow the tracks and join her at the end. But I broke that promise and I never reached her. That brings me to my next question. When you heard the story of Hansel and Gretel, is that when you decided to stop following the tracks? Yes. After I traveled on lots of trains and listened to lots of stories, I heard the story of Hansel and Gretel. I knew by then that it wasn't true. The witch didn't die, the jackboots didn't die. The Jews did. Oh, and I also heard the story of Little Red Riding Hood. But now I'm scared of old ladies. Why did you decide to become a salesman, or a huckster? Well, I didn't really decide, you see. Everyone started to return to normal again, but not me. There was no normal for me to return to, so I became even crazier, you might say. I talked on and on with no stopping. I stole too, and that was my living. Eventually, I got just enough money to buy a ticket on a steamship. In America, I did the same thing, yet with a new name. I was called a salesman. When you immigrated to America, did you like to go by Jack or Misha? I really preferred Misha, but no one could pronounce it or wanted to try to pronounce it, so I usually went by Jack. My wife called me Misha, but most people call me Jack. And my name was Jack on any documents I had. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you, I had a great time. This has been Eleanor Smithberger with an exclusive interview with Misha Milkweed.